Impatient, easily distracted, causing chaos in the classroom and forcing teachers and schools to change. But does catering to their short attention spans do more harm than good?
Changing the faces of college campuses, more technology, fewer books, more hands-on learning. My college professors say this is a huge challenge for them. Adults face with teaching Generation Y, the tech-savvy millennials who might not be paying attention all the time.
Tech-savvy, impatient, easily distracted, causing chaos in the classroom and forcing teachers and schools to change. But does catering to their short attention spans do more harm than good? Next on Fox 4 News at
Kids to college this fall, they may not have realized how much college is changing.
The internet, short attention spans, the need for instant gratification, all changing college classrooms as most of us knew them. But even more fundamental, the changes taking place in the way professors teach, as Fox 4's Tess Koppelman explains tonight.
The millennial generation, also called Generation Y, is more tech-savvy. They're also multitaskers, writing text messages while jumping on Facebook and watching TV all at the same time. Some of these generational traits are creating new challenges and changes on college campuses.
We know, even though this is a new age classroom, some things never change.
Welcome to the college experience for Generation Y. Born roughly between 1981 and 1999, the millennial generation has been changing the way college professors approach teaching.
Today we're talking about collaboration.
Researchers find that millennials need constant engagement in the classroom. They have short attention spans and little patience for the traditional lectures. Dr. J. Anthony Snorgrass of Avila University says professors must be sensitive to that if they want to engage modern students.
We move around. We don't spend a lot of time on any one thing because we understand the attention span issue. So we jump quite a bit from thing to thing. And in a traditional old school classroom, I think many students would find that rather annoying.
We're just lecturing and I'm like sitting there going, I wonder what I could be doing right now, like thinking about other things and like all my other stuff, and I'm not paying attention.
Avila sophomore Nicole Drew says she prefers classes with fewer lectures and more hands-on.
Yeah, I think it's more beneficial because you get more of a feel of what it's going to be like, because if you just learn in the teacher lectures and stuff, you're not in there doing it.
UMKC Block School of Business students Austin Hunt and Roger Moore agree. They say most classes are moving away from straight lectures.
And so there are some professors that are still old school like that, but I think all of the newer professors that are with the school, they're really big on using interactive content.
I do really well just picking up a book and reading it, and absorbing information that way. I also like, especially in how to run a business, the hands-on approach.
Technology could even make the classroom itself old-fashioned now that some professors post their classroom lectures online.
I still like to go and sit through the class because I like to ask questions a lot. But it's always in the back of your minds that you can always be watching it on the internet too. So.
Amity Bryson is a music professor at Avila. She says kids are coming into college used to technology in the classroom and many of the newer teaching techniques because high schools have already figured out they need to adapt.
I think it's important that we don't teach the way we were taught.
But the millennials' preference for learning their way doesn't mean they're selfish. William Jewell Jr. Rachel Tisneski is involved in SITE, Students in Free Enterprise. One of their projects includes teaching high school students how to start a business.
Our main thing is getting results about how we've helped all these different people.
Rachel says she always learns better when she's actively involved.
When people lecture, you get the basics, but you're not learning so much. For me, when I write down things that I hear in a lecture, I can say I don't remember a lot of that, what I write down.
SITE program, she's been teaching for 30 years and says there's no doubt this current generation is forcing professors to change.
And they've grown up in a world where they've been able to explore and discover things kind of on their own. So they've just moved forward with that intention of desire to learn by doing and make their own mistakes and work through that.
By Friday, we should be able to show you our entire survey.
In fact, these are two of Scarfino's students. This is their senior capstone class. They're learning about marketing research, doing a study for Country Financial and Liberty.
And they walk away with a lot of confidence and a sense that they could actually go into a business environment when they graduate and replicate that.
Scarfino calls her students smart, savvy, but also easily distracted.
And they're oftentimes, texting, and they're on their laptops. They're multitasking while they're in class. And every now and then, I have to say, laptops down and turn off your cell phones and whatever.
The attention span issue is concerning to many professors.
You have the problem of texting. People tweet and text and do all of the kinds of things that perhaps don't add to the concentration, and they do a lot of it in class.
Father Bob Mahoney spent almost 40 years in the classroom. He's a retired sociology and criminology professor at Rockhurst. He says research suggests since millennials grew up in a world where everyone's a winner, the result is a generation with a high expectation of achievement, with a low level of effort, and less to show for their time in the classroom.
The interesting thing is that about half of all the people that take an SAT score are considered not ready for college. I mean, that's extraordinary.
Another criticism of millennials is that they are more sheltered and less independent than students in the past. The helicopter parents continue to hover over students after high school, partly because instant communication makes it so easy.
Actually, she just texted me earlier asking me how I did on my test. But I do see some parents definitely hang on and they don't want to let go. And even students, though, sometimes too, they feel like I need to go home all the time because I don't want to let go either. But
lack of independence concerns Father Mahoney. He says students today lack a sense of curiosity and adventure. He wonders if parents are stifling it, pressuring kids to get a certain degree instead of challenging themselves and exploring all college has to offer.
I think it's extremely important that students want to come in and find what they're best at and why they should do that. Not because it's better income or because they're more prestige.
But some professors say their students are eager to get everything they can out of their college experience because they're often making sacrifices to be here.
With this kind of economic climate, they make a choice to be here. It's a big deal to attend college.
Coming up on Fox 4 News at 10, we take a closer look at how technology is changing college classrooms. Tess Koppelman, Fox 4 News.